It's been used, I'm sure, as a fabric dye in the past. But if you get the red on you, don't cook beets wearing white. You know, wear an apron or something. But it's one of the most beautiful food colors, I think, that was. It's just, the Eastern Europeans use it a lot in soup. The Scandinavians use it a lot, cut up and pickled, to put a little vinegar and things like that with it. It's very, very versatile. It has a soft flavor. It's one of those foods, though, where out of 10 people, 6 or 7 will like it and 3 will not. There are a number of people who just say, I don't like beets. You say, why? I don't know. I just don't like beets. But many people really like, they grow really well in your garden.
Very earthy.
And we're going to be, they're what?
Earthy flavor.
Yeah. I know this sounds funny.
Not the white.
When you see your baby eating dirt, you say, oh, stop eating dirt. But there are elements in dirt which have a good taste, and they actually go into the food. And as a grown-up, you can eat dirt, sort of, because you find those good mineral flavors in the foods that are cooked in good soil. We're going to be sautéing in just a little while some of these foods that need to be cooked, mostly need to be cooked. And you could do the same thing with beet tops, as you can with a whole lot of greens there. So we wanted to be sure that you knew these are good and healthy, have fun with them, wear an apron, okay? And I think they're in your salad today, right?
Yes.
And they are in the salad, but they have a very mild taste, but taste them when you make the salad.
You can take them out if you don't like them.
Yeah. For those of you that just got here, I won't go over everything more, but edamame are the Japanese soybeans there. And you pick them up, they're on the other side in brown bowls, they're a good snack. And want a demo, Miriam? So we cook the shell so that they are soft. We pop it open. Oops, no. She puts the seeds in her mouth and she throws the shell in the other bowl. And they're really good for kids who have too much sugar. Here's your protein, your vegetable protein. It's good for women. So the elements in soy are really good for women. I have started artichokes. They are in here, but there's more to come because we learn more when they're already cooked. Viva has made, Devi has made, you know, there is a wonderful hotel in Chiang Mai, and it's called the Dari Devi, I think. And I keep calling it the Dari Diva Devi. I cannot, anyway. It's very similar to your name. So we'll have spinach a little later. You can eat spinach raw. They sell a lot of baby leaves as if they're better. They're not always better. If you can buy fresh spinach that's big and tough leaves, they have wonderful flavor. The baby spinaches are good for salads and things where you don't really want a knife and fork. But if you're going to cook spinach, don't bother with the baby leaves. Go find the big, tough leaves. And the stem is cookable, but if you're going to cook it, you can leave the stem on. Sometimes in salads, though, if you leave the stem on and your guests are trying to be proper and they're eating the salad, that stem goes and puts salad dressing on their face. You know, it's inconvenient. The shape of it is odd, but it's all edible. So we'll do that in a minute. Jicama is a root which starts brown. It looks like a potato, but when you peel it, this reminds me of the vegetables in Indonesia that you make flowers out of. Yeah, and they call it
We call bengkoang.
yes, and which is a word for like a gourd or something, but I recognize that they carve this, put food coloring on it, and there are whole bouquets of gorgeous vegetable flowers on these magnificent vegetable platters. And I can tell, I know that's jicama. And it tastes good. So we just sliced it up. It's got a really good flavor, and it's over here in white sticks, and they sell it in the store that way too. So we know a little more about beets. We just cooked some asparagus. It's cooling, and I'm going to we often serve it with butter and lemon juice and salt and pepper. And you're welcome to add lemon juice, salt, pepper. I don't think I have the butter out yet. But I wanted you to taste it straight if you haven't had it before so you know what to expect. Okay. Kale and chard are sometimes confused for each other, but they're very, very different. There are many kinds of kale. Look how curly kale is. Okay, we often call it curly kale. It is related to cabbage. So if you like cabbage, this is one more way to get a lot of nutrition, a lot of good taste. If you are allowed to eat pork and enjoy pork, Pork and kale are
Good
wonderful taste together. Pork and any pork and cabbage. In Germany, there's a lot of pork and cabbage. In Asia, there's a lot of pork and cabbage. But you don't have to have the pork to enjoy this. There's one kind of kale that's in the restaurants a lot now. It's extremely popular. Oh, by the way, your dark leafy green vegetables are really good for your eyes. They're good antioxidants. They often have vitamin C in them, and they still taste good, even with all that good stuff in them. This stuff is called lacinato. There's also something called, we call it an Italian kale or a black kale. There's also something called dinosaur kale, which looks a lot like this. Like it's the skin of a big lizard. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to stop. One moment, please.